And we're live.
All right, welcome to the Tuesday broadcast of Three Shots on the Hard Truth. I'm your host with the most, Steven, and with me on sound is Sam, and our co-host, Clat.
What's up?
Oh, man.
Don't worry, I got you.
Sure you do. And sitting in the hot seat, we have two guests today. We have Matt and JB. Y'all say hi.
What's up, y'all?
Hola, hola.
All right. So in keeping with what's happening with this podcast is that we're just a group of guys that like to drink and talk shit and drink. Things we're good at. The shot that we have tonight is our watermelon Jollyrancher, and that's vodka, peach schnapps, watermelon pucker, and cranberry juice. Shake it over ice and strain. So with that being said, we're going to get started with this podcast. And looking like the first thing that we have up on the board is we have the Josh fight that happened this past weekend. You guys all heard about the Josh fight, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
No? Okay.
Nope.
Well, okay, to kind of sum it up real quick was last year during the pandemic, this guy named Josh Swain was trying to set up an account and was getting told that there was already a Josh Swain in existence and blah, 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 blah. So he took to social media, contacted every Josh that was out there and, pretty much said, the reason I'm emailing you is that I think we should all meet up on this date at this location and fight it out. Winner gets the name Josh. So this past Saturday, all these Joshes met in South Dakota and had a fight. And their fight consisted of a thumb war. The loser was automatically disqualified. The winner moved on to fight another Josh in a thumb war. And then finally it ended with pool noodle fight. The overall outcome was a 4-year-old little boy named Josh was the king of all Joshes. So he gets the right to keep the name Josh. The money that was raised went towards the Children's Hospital there in South Dakota, and they were taking donations to the food bank. So what do you guys have to say about this? I mean, what do y'all think about this?
It's fucking awesome.
Pretty badass, huh?
How many people were there, dude? You know?
They said there was like a couple, like in the thousands.
God,
Holy shit.
That's awesome.
Okay, so I have one question just to clarify. Was it the the same first name and last name, or just
Anybody
Josh?
with the name Josh.
Okay.
My brother included.
Did he go?
No, I wish.
Oh, man.
That shit would have been sick.
Oh,
Go ahead, Matt. Go ahead, Matt. You gotta say something. Say it, Matt.
He could have gone and gave us like a live fucking feed for it.
Okay. All right, go on, Matt.
So when you said it started with a thumb war fight, did they do like a true thumb war and then went to the sword fight and then
they went through the thumb fights, and if you got beat, you're out. That was it. The winner moved on to compete with another Josh.
That was like the first round.
Yeah, that was the first round. And I think by the time they narrowed it down to half, they started the pool noodle fight. But I think everybody just jumped in during the pool noodle fight and just started beating the crap out of each other. I mean, I kind of want to start one up.
Including the news reporter, right?
Yeah, the news reporter that she was filming it, she got hit in the back of the head, which would have been awesome. I mean, I guess I should start one up for everybody named Steven.
Oh, no one would go to that.
And then all the Bonquisha LaRues, Hey, Bonquisha is a very popular name in the black community, all right? All right, so keeping it in tradition, we're going to stop this topic right here. So everybody go ahead and raise your shot up. Let's drink our first shot. It's a watermelon Jollyrancher. Cheers. Again, that's vodka, peach schnapps, watermelon pucker, and cranberry juice. Shake it over ice and strain. Kind of strong, huh?
You get that pucker.
It's good.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, old man kind of started doing that where he pops his can on the air and everything.
Oh, it sounds amazing.
All right.
It does.
So moving on to the next topic, because we got a lot we have to talk about tonight. We're bringing up the blockbuster arrest that happened in Oklahoma/Texas. You guys hear about this one or read about it or anything?
Yeah, that shit's fucking bullshit.
It's hilarious. Though.
It's hilarious, but it's bullshit.
It just makes me wonder how many other people out there have missing blockbuster stuff.
Oh shit! Do I have a warrant?
All right, hold on. All right, so John, since it's Matt, since it's your first time here with us, tell us why you think it's bullshit. I mean, kind of break down the story for us for our listeners if they haven't read about it.
So basically, what happened is this lady. So I read the story on it, and she was dating this guy or with this guy at the time. He had kids and all that, and basically she rented some movie. I can't remember what the exact name was.
Sabrina the Teen Witch.
Yeah, Sabrina the Teen Witch. And she did all this, and she rented the movie for the girls that were there at the house and all that. And she doesn't remember renting it or anything, and she didn't return it apparently. And so the last Blockbuster store that's in Washington?
Something like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's still open. It's like the last one there is.
So the last Washington store, it's like they talked about the late fee, and it's like 50 cents per day and whatnot. And so she went to renew her license in Norman, Oklahoma. and all that. And she apparently had a warrant out for, 19 years or 20 years?
21 years.
21 years, and she got arrested for that. And the lady thought she was being kidnapped by the police and all that. And it was just fucking weird.
Police brutality! Police brutality! BLM!
Doing everything she can.
Right?
Just literally all over a VHS tape.
Yeah.
That's worth like, what, 2 cents now?
Well, hold on. I'll give you the total in a minute, but go ahead. Keep on.
So she went and she got arrested, and then the DA was like, from what I understand, it was almost pointless to prosecute because Blockbuster's almost out of business. There's one store left. Oh. The stock options are what?
Hey, it's staying alive.
Yeah, it's staying alive, but the stock options
because of
are
her
probably
now.
almost in the negative numbers. It's probably worse than Dogecoin.
Don't get old man talking about Dogecoin, okay?
Hey, don't fuck up my investment, okay? I'm trying to get rich.
Oh, Dogecoin. To the moon.
Right? All right, well, back to that Blockbuster story. So I kind of figured out what she owed and late fees and everything, and it's like $3,650, which...
That's it?
That's it. But
Holy shit!
But this woman is like, she was like over here thinking that, okay, maybe this affected her finding a job, doing the background checks and stuff like that. But then it also opened up a can of worms because people throughout the United States are now bringing stuff up, which I think is pretty jacked up, especially if your business is gone, you know, fuck you, to hell with you.
Well, that and... Hold on. My train of thought.
Oh my God! Really?
I'm old, man. I just lost it.
Fucking
it just
old man over here. Goddamn.
I had an amazing, hilarious comment. I swear, maybe.
Was it the nurse looking at your ass or what?
Hey, Steven, that's the reason we call him old man.
Right? I guess. Well, shit. I mean, I'm older than him, and at least I remember shit.
I have pretty bad memory.
Okay. Well, anyway, so while we let old man ponder that thought, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next one, and we'll just wait for our shots. But whatever. All right. So we're gonna bring up another story that's kind of along the lines of ridiculousness, and that's the U-Haul incident that's happening in Hawaii. Have you guys heard about that one, or do I need to tell you about that?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right. So apparently in Hawaii, it costs about $700 a day to rent a car through Enterprise, National, Hertz, all those places like that. So as tourists are coming into Hawaii, they're contacting U-Haul to rent vehicles from them. U-Haul had to have vehicles sent from the United States to Hawaii to cater to the mass demands. Which I'm over here thinking, what the hell? National, Enterprise, Hertz, get on the freaking game. Well, it's Hawaii.
The big problem right now is that people that are trying to move in Hawaii, they can't find a U-Haul truck to rent to move because everyone's renting them out.
Well, I mean, how are you going to...
Such high demand, though?
Well, because I guess COVID and everything, and now that people are opening up Hawaii, it's coming.
The main problem right now is rental cars in Hawaii because of COVID.
Yeah.
They had to sell off a lot of their stock because they were losing too much money, so they sold off a lot of used cars. So they're low on cars, and now that people are starting to move around more and get more active, they don't have enough rental cars to rent out to people. So the price is skyrocketed. It was $600 a day for a rental car. It's fucking ridiculous. That's why U-Haul, it's $20 a day.
And then people moving to Hawaii, there is that bridge from California that goes all the way to Hawaii. So, you can drive from the mainland to Hawaii.
Wait, there's a bridge?
Yeah.
No, there's not a bridge, really. Do you know how long that drive is going to take, first of all?
I don't know. I haven't traveled
the same thing is
you.
happening in California. So, U-Hauls are hella fucking expensive in California to go just one way to Virginia or something.
You look at it like this. California's moving to Texas or Oklahoma or Kentucky or Tennessee. So that's why there's that demand. And then Clat, I thought you were worldly in your travels. I mean, you did go to Las Vegas last year. I mean, you pointed that out how many times a night at a bar?
They like to hold that against me.
All right, so anyway, we got this shot, so we might as well close these two topics up. So we'll take the shot real quick. All right, so cheers, boys. Remember the watermelon Jollyrancher? All right, so
that one is not my favorite.
Yeah, I think I got a little heavy-handed with the pour, but
I'm not a big fan of this one.
I guess after a while it's going to get smoother, but
yeah.
All right, so speaking of California, we're going to move up to what's happening in that shithole of a state, which I also do love California. Both Randy Quaid and the ever gorgeous Caitlyn Jenner are running for governor.
Holy shit.
That is insane.
What, are you saying holy shit because Caitlyn Jenner's gorgeous? Or
it's my secret.
No, sir, because it's Bruce Jenner.
It's Bruce Jenner, but now she goes by Caitlyn, so... I will say this. Bruce Jenner has better looking legs than me. And I mean, I take offense to that.
God.
So, Hey, shut up. I see you looking at my legs.
Oh, wow.
You know, it's been a topic of everything. All right. So anyway, I think Clat's the one who wrote that on the board because I could tell by his serial killer slant in his handwriting. And I don't know if he spelled governor or if he spelled gravy on the board. Is that governor?
That's your old ass eyes because you are old.
Whatever. I'm also sitting far away from it. So Clat, I'll let you weigh in on this. Tell us what you think.
I don't know. I'm not into politics or whatever, really, but
So from what I understand, California is going a recall because they had a petition and everything like that, and it went through. So there's going to be a recall election for Governor Newsom between the opposing parties or whatever it is, and all that fun shit. And Caitlyn Jenner is running on the Republican ballot.
Wow.
You're lying.
I'm not lying.
Wait,
Okay, hold on. I gotta look this
Wait
up.
a minute.
Well, no,
I just like
on the
curious.
Republican
No, I'm
ballot?
curious.
No, seriously. You can look it up right now. Or Caitlyn Jenner or Bruce Jenner, however you prefer to say that. The he, she. The he, she.
Shim.
Shim.
The he or she is running on the Republican ballot.
That makes no sense.
You can look it up.
What?
It does technically fall in line
Actually,
with
that
the
is
Republican. It does technically fall in line with the Republican Party views on transgenderism and gay activists,
Well, okay.
everything like that.
Me being of the homosexual tendencies, one, I'm surprised that Republicans have not jumped on the bandwagon and bringing the gays in because one, we don't have kids, we have indisposable incomes. You know, they should be trying to take our freaking money. You know, we pay into all this stuff. Now, I get it that there's some things that we don't agree on and whatever, but that's that. Caitlyn Jenner, got to think, part of the Kardashian brood. So, of course, trying to get their 15 minutes of fame. Like we spoke about once before, when Kim Kardashian met with Donald Trump to get some sentence revoked of some woman that was in prison, she was actually pretty educated on the topic. So I'll give her that. I'm not a big fan of the woman. So I'm kind of curious to see how Kim Kardashian and Caitlyn Jenner go back and forth with this politics stuff. Go ahead.
Hey, but let's be honest. Caitlyn Jenner gave all of her children daddy issues.
Well... So I mean,
how do you think that plays into Kim Kardashian becoming a lawyer?
Yeah, true.
But
She's
a lawyer. She
No, she's
understands.
going to go to law school.
Still,
So she's
I thought that was
understanding
like
the law,
6
and
years
she's
ago.
bringing all these things to point. And it's just something I saw on Facebook that posted, and it's a roast and everything like that. And it brings to light something that person who's trying to be educated about a subject that they want to understand.
Oh, be woke, like you brought up the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, regardless of what,
I mean, all I saw the other day was that now, I guess that was today actually, that now Randy Quaid, but I don't know if he's running as a Republican or a Democrat or...
Well, I have to look. I mean, because Randy Quaid's kind of fell off the radar for me. He was an actor back in the day, so...
Wait, are you talking about Dennis Quaid?
No, that's Randy, his
Randy
brother.
Quaid.
Randy
I
Quaid
mean,
was
Dennis-
an actor?
Yeah.
I thought it was Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid is an actor. They're brothers.
I mean,
whatever. Regardless.
It's Randy Quaid.
Let's be honest. We all remember Dennis Quaid from Total Recall with the chick with the 3 tits.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason everyone remembers that movie.
Let me look it up. Hold on.
Okay, so
What,
we're
the
gonna
big
while they're
picture?
looking this up, we're gonna bring up one topic that we had seen and kind of I did some
Randy
research on
Quaid
it.
is an actor.
He is an actor. Okay, what
Yes.
does he starred in?
Anything we know?
Hold on. Give me
Okay, well
An
anyway,
adult store or something?
of course it has to be an adult film to do. I mean, we're not sponsored yet, so I mean, you can't give Pornhub a shout out just yet. All right. Well, anyway, I just think it's a shit show, especially in California. You know, you have all these celebrities that think they know and are trying to do something.
Okay, Randy Quaid was in National Lampoon's Vacation and Christmas Vacation, and
Uncle Eddie.
yes.
Oh, okay.
He was also in Kingpin, Independence Day, Brokeback Mountain.
Independence.
He was in
Day.
Brokeback Mountain. I don't remember him.
Um,
I guess he didn't have that pivotal
I'm
sex
sorry,
scene.
I never watched it. I'm sorry.
Remember, go gay for pay. If you want to be an actor, gay for pay is what pays the bills.
he was in Caddyshack 2.
And Jake Gyllenhaal, I'm ready to give you a ride for your money. You know,
There's a lot
I'll
of
let you have a
things
taste.
Yeah, so Randy Quaid was actually in a lot of
Yeah.
movies that we've seen.
So I guess we're over here confusing him with his brother Dennis, but okay, whatever.
So can we expand on the Caddyshack 2?
Expand.
What do you want to talk about?
He
There was a
starred in it.
Caddyshack 2?
Yes.
Apparently,
What?
No,
It kind of
I didn't know that.
kind of.
I'm not surprised it sucked, but
It wasn't that great compared to Caddyshack. I mean,
let's say Caddyshack
I
you
just
saw
think
tits.
Bill Murray
So
is a great actor. So
Is it bad if I've never
He's
seen
a fan.
Caddyshack?
You should be slapped
that's a
repeatedly
sin.
you will be exiled from the podcast.
immediately.
Yeah,
You
that's,
cannot come back till you watch it.
That's sending you to hell kind of sin.
Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking along the lines of movies, we have Mortal Kombat that was released last Friday on HBO Max and in theaters. I know one of our co-hosts here is a real big comic book anime fan and all that. So let's get your opinion on this
I'm
movie.
not that big of a nerd.
Oh, whatever. You took me to the
Anime
comic
fan.
book store.
I like comic books and
your
anime.
favorite type of
also.
anime?
I mean, I collection, okay?
Okay.
But no, yeah, Mortal Kombat.
I collect Fabergé eggs. Does that make me a fucking connoisseur of eggs and chickens and stuff like that?
Well, for one, what is Fabergé? Is that like a gay term? Because I don't understand that term.
Oh my God. I swear, you people are so uneducated and uncultured.
What do you mean by you people?
Yeah, I mean, you people in this room. Wow, really? You have to go there with race? I mean,
Alright.
just because you're hung does not mean you're black from the waist down.
88% white, 12-inch black.
Yeah, something like
Alright.
that.
Back to Mortal Kombat, where there is no 12-inch.
Mortal Kombat! Okay, go on.
Thank you, Peyton.
You feel good about that one?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So Mortal Kombat, of course, when it came out on HBO Max, I watched it at home. I mean, I'm not gonna go pay the theater or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I watched it.
But I'll pay the $10 for
I'm sorry
HBO
that
Max.
not everybody's rich and can afford HBO Max. Okay.
I'm poor and can't afford the movie ticket to see it in theaters.
But he can afford the monthly charge for HBO Max.
No, there's a random friend that must have put HBO Max on my PS4.
Wait, you have friends?
Somewhat. They're acquaintances.
All right, let's get going.
Holy
Okay,
shit.
hold on.
All right, so finally back to Mortal Kombat. Holy shit! Yeah, to me it was the beginning is a little slow. It kind of comes with a backstory about well
The characters.
actually I'm not going to go into that because it kind of spoils the end of it. But there's a backstory at the beginning that's a little slow. I'd say but the first third of the movie is pretty slow,
Yeah.
which I've heard multiple people say that they weren't a big fan of the beginning. I enjoy the backstories because, of course, comic books and stuff. So I enjoyed it all in all. But yeah, the pretty much the second the 2/3 of the end of the movie is just a lot of action, a lot of fighting. Actually, they had more Mortal Kombat characters than I thought they were going to,
Yeah.
and especially ones that weren't as popular back then with the games.
True.
So
Matt, what do you
it
think?
was definitely very action packed.
I don't really know a lot about Mortal Kombat.
Okay, never mind then.
So,
What's
I
up,
mean,
you, Matt?
I
So
Yeah,
with
it's
Mortal
like the
Kombat,
movie,
what do you
so-
mean by they didn't have a lot of guys that were like in the game? What do you mean by that?
Well, like introducing the character wise, or knowing which character
No.
they were.
Well, yeah, I was saying the characters that like some of the characters in the movie isn't ones that you would first think of. Like, okay, like obviously Liu Kang, Sub-Zero, Scorpion, like you recognize all those names from the games.
yeah.
Some of the characters you don't recognize as fast just because the names aren't as big.
Yeah, they weren't
Yeah.
like the beginning ones. All right, John, what about you? What do you have to say?
Well, I have no comment on that because, as everyone knows here, I really never watch any movies. So I do read novels, though, in peer-reviewed medical journals.
Oh, shut up. No, you do not. Okay,
dumb
so
white
hold on.
motherfucker.
Hold on. So since you said that, have you read my article that was published in a psychology magazine?
What psychology magazine would this be?
It's in Psychology Today, and it's actually been
GQ
published.
Gay Quarterly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot you are the poster child for GQ. Okay, yeah. So I do have an article that was published in a psychology journal.
What was
Yes.
the title of that article?
Okay, the title of the journal is called "If Size Does Matter." Yeah, I went there. I went there. But anyway, all right. So we got a shot. So I think we're kind of behind on shots. So let's raise it up. Remember again, it's a watermelon Jollyrancher. Cheers. And this
Damn,
shot
that's
is
good.
vodka, peach schnapps, watermelon pucker,
For what?
and cranberry juice. And if we were streaming live and you saw these faces, I mean, I know Clad's throwing bullshit because I know he's a swallower. He is also a pillow biter in denial.
No, no.
I'm sorry. This shot is worse the more you take.
Okay, well, my bad. I'm sorry. I thought I was just introducing
went
something.
to bartending school and everything, and you can't even afford a razor.
Then
Wow.
again, you
Oh,
did
wow.
ask a drunk person if it was good, so
Well, I mean, I think it's good, but I'm also a vodka drinker, so I can say that.
Fuck it. It's great.
Okay,
Posada.
cool. Thank you. Well, one thing that I need to throw out to everybody, and I'm sure you guys can all understand this, we've all received these calls on our phones, block numbers or even showing up as local numbers asking about our car's extended warranty. Now, I'm an asshole. I accept the call because I want to talk to these people, especially, they're scam artists. And the majority of them are for India. Not that I'm racist against any Indians.
His name is Bob.
Have you also noticed that, I'm sure you saw in the news that India's had a big outbreak of COVID out there, and a lot of COVID deaths
Why are
out there.
you laughing?
Because I think it's fucking hilarious. I mean, like,
You fucking asshole.
well, the warranty calls have stopped, so payback karma. I mean, I'm not the only one who thinks this because I see people all the time. Yeah, they're not practicing social distancing or wearing their mask.
Yeah, now that I think about it, I haven't received a call in a
Exactly.
while.
So now you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I've gotten like 2 in the past 2 months.
So I guess karma got you back, or you weren't found, or
Those
whatever.
are the most annoying calls. They are so...
Actually,
Well, I bet you're
Hey.
grateful to get those calls.
Hey.
Yeah, I mean, my
Clyde.
phone's dry, but
Tyler, let's be honest. You can fuck with those motherfuckers.
with the
Oh
people
yeah,
in
when
India.
they call them, because I push the button,
'cause-
accept it. Especially with the ones where my social security number's been breached, and they're gonna serve me a arrest warrant, and I'm like, okay. So I give the number to the police department, the address, and we're on their way. I was like, okay, come serve me with a warrant,
I've done that too, Posada, and it's like, Steven, sorry. I call him Posada.
It's okay.
So Steven,
I have enemies out there.
I've done that too, and it's like, fucking, or why don't you call me back? My
Right.
social security number's been breached.
Yeah, call me
What
back.
the fuck are you doing?
I don't know. It's just craziness. John, what about you? I mean, I know you're in the 1%, so do you get these calls?
I do not. No.
John's family works in oil, so
I have a
not
phone
oil.
provider,
And oil.
Verizon Wireless.
Oh.
Oil. All right. So anyway, we're kind of moving through these topics pretty quick, which is shocking.
I saw the EDP 445. Did y'all talk about that?
Okay,
last
we haven't
time?
talked about it
Okay,
yet.
so-
Dude,
we'll
that's
let,
fucked up.
okay, so we'll let Clap bring it up because he's the one that introduced it. So I'll let Clap have a go.
Episode I introduced Eat That Pussy 445, otherwise known as EDP. A lot of the younger generation, I guess like nowadays young adult generation, has kind of seen the things that
Yes,
were
Matt,
going
we know
on.
you're young.
Fuck you, Steven.
He's young, but not hung. So
Fuck you, Steven. Hey,
you
you even
wish.
said I was hung, so fuck you.
when did I say that?
Oh, wow.
Fucking like
All right,
2
all
months
right,
ago.
all right. But anyways, EDP.
What the fuck is that?
So
EDP?
a lot, like I said, a lot of the young adult generation kind of knows who EDP is because
Yeah.
he's really a big YouTuber, has like 2 million subscribers, and got put in a sting operation, quote unquote sting operation, by 2 randos.
Yeah, literally random.
On YouTube, trying to expose him, and this happened I want to say last week or something, but
Yeah.
it's very suspicious.
No, well, did you like actually watch a video done by the guy?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
did you
these
see
are
like the
just-
things he was like telling this like 13-year-old dude? Who's
Yeah,
messed
so
up?
I loved EDP videos because he
Yeah,
just
he's
made
funny.
us laugh.
Yeah.
He's this ginormous Philadelphia Eagles fan. It was there
Yeah.
when they won the Super Bowl,
Oh yeah.
and he's just known for being outspoken guy or whatever.
Yeah. That's fucked up though. Do a 13-year-old to like send all that stuff, dude?
So part of why I wanted to talk about this today was because there was a lot of quote unquote controversy to it, as well as like there were some rumors that went along, and I don't really know what to believe.
Rumors as far as what?
So like the big rumor that I heard was that the girl came out and said, "Oh, I'm actually 21 pretending to be 13."
What?
Wait, there's no way. No, because
I thought I read it
they
was a
made
guy
the
that did it.
account.
It was a guy that made the account.
The older guy with in the orange beard, the ginger beard, he's the one that made the account. Like he literally got like fake pictures and stuff from the internet.
Oh,
Okay,
well,
first
I
of
didn't
all,
hear that.
what the fuck? Does the gingers need more attention brought to them and create a fucking fake
Well, it's
account?
just- okay, so like it's not what's the guy's name that
I
does
forgot
this?
his
Chris
name.
Hansen, or is it?
Oh, Chris Hansen. Yeah.
It wasn't like anything like that. It was
No.
literally 2 random people trying
Literally,
to
yeah.
expose somebody.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm wrong on the whole girl coming out saying that
Yeah.
she was
No, I don't. I've never heard
21.
about that. Yeah.
But I guess the whole thing that bothers me is just
Clap.
like these people.
Check your fucking facts.
Okay.
That's it.
These people just like are so random, and he's one of the biggest YouTubers.
Yeah.
Or I guess he's not
Well,
really that big.
I don't know
but-
whether to feel like
I mean, 2
somewhat
million's pretty
bad
big.
for the
Yeah.
guy because like how low do you have to be in life to like go and like hit on a 13-year-old? But it's also like, dude, she's 13. Like,
well, okay. Well, here's
Okay,
the thing.
so let me,
You know
get
what I mean?
one,
Like-
let me get one thing straight. I'm not like saying that what he did was good or whatever. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
100%.
just like I had
Yeah,
heard
obviously.
about-
Yeah.
I had heard that there was some rumors and some speculation.
Like they, like,
about
framed
it.
him or
Yeah,
something?
it was like they literally framed him. They set him up, and it low key is bothersome that like these random people on YouTube wanted to put him in a sting operation.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I know.
I mean,
Well, okay. What I read on the thing, I saw the whole thing. Trying to find the guy's videos, and all of them have been taken down.
Yeah, I took him up there.
But read the articles in that the one guy is pretended to be a young girl.
Yeah.
Which one to me right there should raise some kind of red flags. Unless you're a cop, then I can understand doing the sting. 2, if you're pretending, either you're a creeper yourself and you're trying to get yourself laid, hell, just come out and say you want the dick, get fucked, whatever. Don't pretend you're a girl. But to ruin somebody's life like this, regardless if it's a joke or whatever, that's some serious shit. I mean,
No,
having
he's
to-
going to like jail.
yeah, and then
although
having
he's,
to
like,
register.
under investigation.
Yeah, he's under investigation, but still, like, even though it's under suspicion, they still take that stuff kind of seriously. So
Yeah.
him having to register as a sex offender, it ruins his
Oh
life.
yeah, 100%.
That's just fucked. Like, honestly, if you look at it, his name actually means "eat that pussy." Like, if you really like research into it,
Yeah, wait.
it's fucking weird. Like, so apparently he called out like this YouTuber, like Cohen something. I read the article earlier and I can't remember the name, but he, like, this person who's supposedly 21, like saying like this shit's just fucked. Like, people are 21 or supposedly being 13 or 14 or whatever, and all that shit's just fucked.
Who's old now? Because you sound like you're fucking lost.
Okay, well, anyway.
Anyways, I
That's
just
what that
like,
is.
to me, it is a little bit suspicious the way things went down, especially for somebody who's known for being kind of in the public eye. Like, a lot
Yeah,
of young
I know.
adults know who he is, and that also plays along with like anybody and everybody that's in the public eye that's been, charged with that stuff.
Well, with that
it was
being
just
said,
really suspicious.
With our podcast, our podcast is, like we said, a group of guys that get together, drink, and talk shit. And one, I hope that you guys are not looking like this podcast to be the way to, get chicks or whatever. 2, yeah, what we say is kind of R-rated, X-rated, mature audiences only, whatever. And yeah, I have no love for anybody that's a sex offender or whatever, but to each their own. So we'll move on from this topic. We'll go ahead and slam this shot real quick. So
Thank
raise it up,
God.
boys. Cheers.
Jesus.
All right, so moving on. We brought this topic up last week when we were talking about that buffoon in Los Angeles, LeBron James. And apparently he made this big deal, posted this cop's information about the shooting that happened in Ohio after the George Floyd case, and kind of put, the cops, you're next, accountability, blah, 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 blah. Well, the police officer in Los Angeles wrote a letter to LeBron saying, hey, I'm a 24-year veteran in the police force. How about you come along on a ride-along, see what we have to do? Maybe it'll change your opinion or whatever. Well, representative spoke on his behalf and said LeBron James is not going to do that. He's a celebrity, and whatever he says, and that's it. What do you guys think about this? I mean, what do you think about, do celebrities, is it what they say worth anything, or?
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Matt. Go ahead.
All right, no.
Thank you.
Before y'all dive into this, I just want to say there's a meme going around right now on the internet about LeBron. There's a GoFundMe to get LeBron James a helicopter. So
Wait.
Oh my
God.
You know what?
You told me he doesn't have
It's
one.
so fucked up, but that shit is so funny.
Okay, well, I see. Okay, speaking of memes, I saw one where there's this cop and he's like sitting out there, and there's like the scene happening in front, and he's like, "Hold on, let me call LeBron first, you know.
The cop waiting on LeBron to see his input on the situation.
Need confirmation from LeBron.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, so here's like the funny thing. You know, I get it that you're trying to put your name out there and, you know, do what you think is right and stuff like that. That's one thing. Yeah. But two, you know your fucking place, especially if you are somebody in this big of a spotlight, a big of platform where you're a role model to some people. This is not the shit you do. I mean, I don't care who you are, what you have. Yeah.
I mean, LeBron, like you said, he reaches a lot of people.
Yeah, he's a role model for a lot of people.
I just think, like, with the whole situation, he's being a little bit ignorant.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of, like, jumping the gun. And I get, like, some people out there are all for, you know, all cops are bad and even accountability.
Like,
but
like a friend of mine, she posted this thing on Facebook that I guess in Oakland, they're starting this police officers commission. And anybody can run for it. You know, it's like a political office. And one of the requirements is that you cannot be in law enforcement, retired or active, to run for this position. So they're opening it up for anybody. So, you know, I reached out to her, and like I said, she's a friend of mine. I was like, so why don't you go become a cop? And she's like, why should I? I was like, then why the hell are you talking shit? You know, you're over here doing all this shit. Yeah. And it leads back to a friend of mine that lives in Austin who's also a transgendered person who was gay bashed. And one of the things he always spoke about was like, oh, defund the police, you know, blah, 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 police suck, all this and that. He gets gay bashed by 4 guys. And who do you think are the first people he called? He called the police. And I'm like, these are the same people you want to defund, but you called them? And he just sat there like he couldn't say anything. So it's like, why is it that you're all about this shit, but then when the shit hits a fan and it happens to you, you run to the police?
Well, see, that's the reason the whole defund the police, like, motive is fucking ridiculous. Yeah. Because you're talking about if you're sitting at home and someone breaks into your fucking house, if you defund the police...
social worker out there.
Yeah, you defund the police, guess what? Who are you going to call?
Idiots.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, what's the I don't know if you guys know, but what's the statistic for police on public crime? It's like very, very, very low.
What do you mean?
Like if a police officer just automatically comes in to arrest you or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Like just using their power for
abuse of power.
Yeah, so well, not so much. Well, kind of abuse of power, but more like the police crime. For example, you know, Chauvin on George Floyd.
Yeah.
That statistic on like there's like a statistic I saw it. I want to say it's like less than 1%. Yeah. I could be wrong. Don't take my word for that. But on police crime, like police crime against the public, it's like less than 1%. But then you look at all these other statistics that are like black on black crime, white on white crime, you know, things like that.
Well, I will say it is. I saw a video. It was a I can't remember the names, but it was a black woman and a black man. They were doing like an interview. The black man was an officer, and they had a black woman as a host. And they were talking about the statistics because of mostly the George Floyd case, like all that stuff, kind of all in one. And they were saying, was it 18% more chance of a black man killing a cop than a cop killing a black man? Like there's 18% more chance.
Well, I also saw a video of, I think it was a TikTok or something, of it was a black police officer, and he was like, you know, everybody's asking him, why are you black and becoming a cop? And he's like, why wouldn't I become a cop? Why wouldn't I want to serve and protect the community?
Why would race even matter?
Yeah,
exactly. A police officer. That doesn't matter at all.
I think there's woke people out there that just cause problems.
But then again, like I said, when you go back and look at that girl that was shot in Ohio, you know, a lot of videos are surfacing now from like the neighbors that were releasing stuff and all that. And you hear this girl screaming at the girl that she's stabbing, I'm going to kill you, bitch. I'm going to do this. You know, raising the knife and everything. And it keeps going on. So what do you do? When you're in that spot, what are you doing? You know, Platt, if you were a cop and you came up into this situation, exactly. You know, what are you going to do?
My first instinct is to do whatever is going to protect those people.
Yeah. What about you, old man? I mean, you were in the military, so, you know, what do you think? What would you do if you were that police officer in that situation? What are you going to do?
We're talking about the whole, like, him shooting.
Well, just in general, you know, if it came down to it, it was you in general, what are you going to do?
I mean, I said in my opinion on the last episode also, and I still stick by that. For a police officer, your number one job is to protect citizens.
Exactly.
So the first thing, I mean, I said,
if you see a knife some action has to be taken.
Well, see, because the big thing was like some people were saying like, oh, why didn't he like tase her, or why didn't he like shoot her in the leg, like to was it to just to wound her?
To defuse her.
That's so stupid.
One, the dumbest thing
That
is
is
people
so
don't understand about
stupid.
tasers. One, tasers don't always work.
Yeah,
And they're
exactly.
not that accurate either.
They're not accurate. They're not
And it has to
very.
take both prongs to work.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're not very reliable.
Yeah.
And the video, you can clearly see this 16-year-old girl literally had the knife, like her arm was up over her shoulder, like she was about to.
And she was a big girl, so I mean,
Yeah.
And the big thing to me was if the cop would not have taken action right there and tried to like subdue her physically without using his firearm, one, he would have to run up to her and grab her before she stabbed this other girl in the neck, hit a carotid artery. Like the girl easily could have died from that.
Oh yeah, exactly. Matt, what do you think? If you were a police officer, what do you think? I mean, when do you come down to your?
Honestly, there, like y'all said in the last episode, there are a couple reasons where there are three reasons you pull your firearm. There are protect yourself, protect the citizen, and so on and so forth. But fuck you, John Boy.
All right,
That's
so
like falling over.
he had more than 3 shots.
I'm slightly intoxicated. Let's be honest.
This is the reason you don't drink before you come
I
on
know,
our
right?
podcast.
Hey, fuck it at this point.
Okay, all right, John. What about you? What do you have to say about this? I mean,
No, man, that's tough. It's such a weird day and time right now. I think just in the United States in general, just with all these racial tensions and everyone cooped up in their house. I mean, everyone's pissed off at each other. Everyone's angry. People, all day just on their phones, on their laptops, talking shit online to each other. So, I don't know. As far as the whole, cops in America today, man, kudos to you, because I don't think I could be a police officer in America right now. I mean, those guys put their life on the line every day to serve and protect their community, and all they get is shit for it. For the most part, at least the mainstream media would have that.
exactly.
Well, the narrative out there is that all cops are bad.
Exactly.
And don't get me wrong, like I'm, positive that there are bad cops out there that take force without needed, and there's things that happen that sometimes you can take better control of than just
Well,
and I even agree that I guarantee you, I mean, there is a small population. I mean, I say small because there's really no way to tell, but there are racist cops, like either older generations.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, they grew up in a different time to where the race issue was a lot worse.
but still, I mean, well, that's true to an extent, but there's also those that are racist right now. Like I have friends that are cops. We have a friend. All of us have a mutual friend that's going to school to be a cop right now. I don't see him as racist. Now, me and him have talked and made jokes to each other, being assholes to each other. But I don't see him.
Friendly race
Yeah,
jokes.
exactly.
Everyone does that to their friends.
But then,
'cause
like,
they know that we're joking.
I've also, been stopped by police officers, and because of my brothers who gave the cops in Littlefield all the money that they've earned because they kept them on their toes. But even I remember one time I got stopped by a cop, and the first thing that, saw my license is like, how are you related to so-and-so? Automatically assuming the worst of me, doesn't even know me. And then when I start throwing out the big words, like, okay, give me your fucking badge number, I'm going to report you. Then he changes his tune, So it's just a matter of like people doing certain shit and acting certain ways.
I just think in reality, the population of police officers out there, man and female, are there to help you.
Exactly.
One of the biggest things to me that kind of shows like a difference of different police officers is I've literally gone from getting a speeding ticket for going 2 miles per hour over. I was going 42 and a 40. I got a speeding ticket for that. And I've also gotten a warning for going 130 and a 65.
Yeah.
It's like there's officers they all have different personalities.
Exactly.
They're human beings. I mean, they make mistakes.
Yep.
most of them own themselves. I mean,
Matt, you have something to add?
So there's something I'd like to add, and that is I took a law enforcement class in high school and all that shit, and I took 2 years of it, and I learned that honestly, there's about less than 10% of all police officers in the United States that are what they call meat eaters. So they're corrupt. They're gonna do all that shit to you. They're gonna do what happened and all that shit. But honestly, if you really look at it, most cops are laid back. If you get a speeding ticket, if you're respectful, they're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
If they start to pull that shit like you're related to so and so, they're just making assumptions because they think the worst of you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just like I can go to Dillard's and Clat's been with me when I've done this. You know, I've been followed around by mall security who's usually an off-duty cop. And I look at him and I'm like, what the hell are you doing following me? Oh, well, you're raising suspicion. Well, one, motherfucker, I have more money than you probably do in your wallet right now. Two, I could buy whatever the hell I want. And three, fuck you. You know?
And that's the reason I say that. It's like the fucking people who are off-duty cops, they're just fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
They're a wannabe cop. They're going to Monday morning quarterback every single thing.
Oh, yeah.
When I say Monday morning quarterback, it's like they're just going to judge everything on every single situation that they've ever done.
Okay.
And every single situation that they've ever been in. And they don't understand what it's like to be under pressure or anything. And they're not going to understand what it's like to be stressed. Like, you reach for your taser and you accidentally pull your gun. That's fucking bullshit.
Well, okay, that right there, I think that was, I know what you're talking about on that one. And two, one, you can distinguish the difference between the two. I mean, that...
Just okay,
it's fucking bullshit there.
That story bothered me because I heard about that and I was like...
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I don't understand how any officer, no matter, like, because obviously you have training.
Yeah.
You're telling me you can't tell the difference between pulling your taser with the weight, the feel in your hand.
Exactly.
You're an officer. Like, you do a lot of training at the shooting range.
Well, okay, and that's just like how when we were in the military. I mean, I don't know how it was for you in the Army, but I know with us, if we were issued a taser or a certain kind of gun or whatever, you went through the training and all that.
Issued tasers?
Yeah. Well, we had them because wherever we went, if we had, unrest and stuff like that.
That must be a Navy thing, though. Army
No, Air Force and, well, pretty much Marines do it also too, but that's the ones that are like front gate thing because, when you pull the gun, you're pulling the gun as the last defense or last resort.
Well, the only the very tiny argument I have about that is in like a split-second decision. What is your mind like going?
No, well, in me in a split decision, if somebody's coming at me with the gun in hand and haven't started shooting or knife and all that, fuck the taser.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to die and I'm going to jail. That's my philosophy.
I'll say one thing. From being in the Army, I understand there are rules of engagement.
Yeah.
Like certain, because, obviously we're in the Middle East. We're all over the Middle East. I've been to Kuwait. I've been to Iraq. The two countries, Kuwait and Iraq, are so different with rules of engagement. Because literally in Kuwait, you cannot fire on someone unless you're fired upon.
Well, okay, look at Benghazi. Seriously, rules of engagement, okay? I'm sorry, if I was in that group of Navy SEALs and people are taking over the compound and I'm having to wait for this moronic woman by the name of Hillary Clinton saying that I cannot do something, guess what? Bitch, you're not there. You're not taking the gunfire. I'm shooting. Somebody's going to fucking die. Yeah. Sorry. If you don't like that, one, fuck you. Yeah. Fuck you. That's all I have to say.
It's just like
that whole situation was...
But it's just in general, though.
But that's the thing. Yeah, it's bad. But like I said, if that split second, it's either me or it's you.
Exactly.
And goddamn it, it's not going to be me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so that's just like my little argument of, that split second that you have, you don't know what police officers are thinking, and you don't know what the criminals are thinking.
Yeah. And I mean, true. Another thing, too, that I was taught by my mama, she told me, if you get stopped by the cops, you put your fucking hands on the wheel. You cooperate. It's yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am.
Well, I mean, with that, honestly, because before I was like 20, I got stopped quite a few times from like just speeding and stuff like that. I mean, I had to pay to keep my license because I got so many points, because Texas has the point system, which I didn't even realize existed until I had to pay to keep my license.
That's still around?
But... Huh?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay. Yeah. The point system's still around. So if you get a certain amount of tickets, your points will go up. And if you get over like I think it's like 7 or 8 points, then you have to pay to keep your license for 3 years.
It's like $150 $50 a year or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
I had to do that because I never knew there was a point system. I don't know if I just didn't pay attention in the class for my license or what.
Yeah,
But
that's the
No.
first time I've heard about it.
Yeah,
That's the same thing.
Yeah, I learned about that from having to literally pay. And honestly, I don't really know what we're talking about.
All right, well, it's apparent we're getting off on a tangent. And you know what? My thing is this, like I said, if you're that Billy badass and you think that you can take on law enforcement, then, hey, more power to you. But two, don't go crying about shit. And LeBron James, fuck you. You got an offer to ride along with LAPD.
You know the thing that makes me mad about LeBron James is he constantly preaches this rhetoric of being oppressed and being, an African American in the United States and stuff like that. This man is almost worth $1 billion.
And he's still oppressed.
But he's oppressed. But America has just done him wrong. Just same thing with Kaepernick.
Oh.
Raised by two,
Oh, we don't
White-
even
raised by
want
a white
to-
family.
Okay, we're not getting into that. We'll get into that. Okay,
But
so,
along the same lines of
all
where
right,
I'm
so
going
anyway,
here.
let's drink this shot because if we keep talking about this, we'll be here for like about 10 more hours. So,
Amen,
Right,
brother.
so,
we
raise
should,
it
we
up.
should get back to some kind of talk.
Cheers.
Yeah.
all right, so
Ugh,
let's see. Okay, the shot's not that bad.
I'm not liking this shot.
It's
Okay.
not that bad.
I don't know.
Hey, Matt,
Can you taste the shots anymore?
let's take.
Oh,
Yes,
Sam.
I can taste the shots.
No, first of all, Sam, don't give me that bullshit. It's your first fucking shot.
Oh, he's going for number 2.
Yeah, you go ahead and double up.
All right, so anyway, in case you guys haven't, or if you forgot already, every time we do a podcast, we take a different shot. And kind of what we have planned for future things is every different podcast is a different shot. And we're going to create a shot bracket, which we're going to have kind of a competition with all the shots. If it's a good shot, we'll put it on the board. If it's a bad shot, we'll throw it off to the side, but it gets a chance to redeem itself later on in a different episode. And one reason we do this is because after our last 2 podcasts were put up online, we were getting feedback from a lot of our friends and listeners that when they heard the podcast, the one thing they thought was they were there drinking with us, just like how if we were at the bar and stuff like that. And that's our ultimate goal, is that we want you guys to have that feeling that you are there with us. So that's why we do this. And like we said, the shot is not just necessarily meant as a shot. It could also be a cocktail. So however you want to do it, go for it, And also too, we do have our email address up and all that. So if there's a shot that you think we need to take, send it in. Now, if it's a straight shot, yeah, we might do it. We might bitch about it, which these guys do, especially when it comes to tequila. But we'll drink shots.
Okay, first of all, we're literally in a room full of guys. I understand.
Yeah, this is a sausage party.
Yeah, tequila's fun. It makes the clothes fall off, but there's no
Okay,
girls here.
a couple things. Okay, on that, I do not want to see any of y'all naked. It's like, oof. Now, if I'm very drunk, that's a different story.
I
'cause
mean, you
Damn
text
it,
us
Steven.
asking what we're wearing.
I ask everybody what they're wearing.
I've only seen you one topless pic.
2,
So,
especially when you shaved your head too. Also,
That's more than
when
I
you
would
were
ever
high, when you
say.
got your medical treatment last week. What's up, Matt?
Holy shit.
What?
2 Steven topless pics?
no. It was
No,
my topless pics.
Oh, fuck.
I'm kind of pricey. You can't afford this, so
I can't afford this, huh?
you can't.
He's
Remember
part
you?
of the 1%. Don't forget, Steven.
Oh yeah, he's from Melissa,
yeah.
Texas.
Oh, hold on. We're talking about Melissa, Texas? Oh, shit.
Okay, hold on. Do not make me call your brother right now and be like, "Hey, we need some stories about Matt. What's up? You tell us."
Oh, you want to know my stories?
No, we don't. Not yet. We don't have enough time.
Because we also be here for another 10 hours.
No.
15
Okay, and then plus right now, 15 minutes max. We'll call Sydney in a minute. Be like, Sydney, what's up? Tell us.
Oh.
We'll call your roommates,
It's the name drop.
You do not want to call Blake.
Blake.
I don't want to
Oh.
call Blake in the first place.
Who's
so.
Blake? You mean Blaine?
So,
Wait,
my
yeah,
roommate
yeah,
from
who is
freshman
Blake?
year, Rush Saddle Tramps.
I wasn't there, so.
So,
Enlighten us. What is
give you
Saddle
some
Tramps?
backstory behind that.
What is Saddle Tramps? No, you don't have to go there.
Here. So let me give you some background behind my roommate. My roommate likes to smoke what you call weed.
Wacky tobacco.
The wacky tobacco, the whatever you
Just
fucking
call it
Wowie
weed.
wowie.
Just
Yeah.
call it
Acapulco
weed.
Gold.
Yeah, so he likes to smoke weed a lot.
Northern Lights, cannabis,
And-
indica.
So let's be honest. he bought multiple dab pens my first semester freshman year while I was rushing tramps. Didn't do anything, none of that bullshit. Didn't fuck with it. Second semester, before we got sent home for COVID, that motherfucker got arrested for, I don't know, however much weed he had. It was like 4 ounces apparently. And he got thrown out of court because the officer apparently weighed the jar and all that bullshit. And he got thrown out of court because of that.
Are you about to throw up?
Great story telling at senior day.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
trust me.
All
It's
right.
going to be told
Okay.
seriously.
Hold on, Elliot.
Okay, let me finish. So I get home. I get back to the dorm. I didn't see him for 2 nights. Because he was in Lubbock County Jail.
I've been there, done that. So
Sounds like a hotel.
That's Steven's
Listen.
second home.
But besides that, like, he got back, like, the next, like, the Friday before we went home for spring break and before we got kicked off campus, pretty much. And he was like, yeah, I got arrested for possession with intent to distribute. I was like, holy shit. How do you do that with only, like, a half gram and you have it or like a gram and you have it in a 4 ounce jar? I'm like, this shit's fucking bullshit. But, like, honestly, yeah.
okay. All right. So kind of off topic, but that's a discussion for another time on how to sell drugs and not get caught. You know?
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, with that being said, we're gonna move on to something else. Kind of got this idea from a friend of mine that he calls the "what the fuck" moment. So
Mine's right now because I gotta piss again.
okay, he didn't wear his Depends. All right. So
shit.
anyway, does anybody have a story? Oh, actually, no. You know what? We got something coming up. So last week we had a podcast about a flying turtle through a windshield. Oh, we lost the call? Okay. Well, we apparently allegedly had the turtle that flew through the windshield, and we were going to get his side of the story, but I guess we lost the call. So,
By the way,
yeah.
Sam's just being a bitch.
I know, right? The turtle's name is Sam, by the way, so.
we already gave it a name.
Yeah. But anyway, so hopefully next time we get Sam the turtle to give his account of what happened when he flew through that windshield. I'm still kind of pissed off at what the bitch ass daughter said that the mom deserved it. That shit pisses me off. I wish I was that lawyer and be like, bitch, you're out of the wheel. I'm sorry.
Fuck it, let's expand on it.
Okay, go ahead. Did you read that article or did you see it?
So I read the article and I listened to it. I listened to the podcast and everything. I'm like, what the fuck? You're gonna throw your mom under the bus for the 18 years she raised you. And you're gonna say, fucking, that bitch deserved it. What the fuck are you gonna do?
Right? I mean, if I was the mom, like after I watched the news, like I would have waited till the daughter was asleep. I would have like, okay, bitch, I got you. I would have got like a bucket of water, threw it on her, and like had a broom and just like started beating her, just make the welts increase. But like, really, I got what I deserved. This is what you get. But
Well, let's be honest here. Like, you're not gonna fucking waterboard your mom?
right? I'm just, like I said, to me it was hilarious. I thought it was pretty fucked up.
What
All
was
right.
this fucked up?
About the turtle?
No,
he
before
obviously
that.
didn't listen to our podcast.
Okay.
last
Yeah,
week.
you said you listened to our podcast and that we were great. Are you lying?
Is this like a 3-minute segment?
Liar!
All right. Well, anyway.
Oh, breaking news. We talked about this a couple podcasts ago. Let's see. Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather have agreed to fight at Hard Rock Stadium on
my
Sunday,
God.
Holy shit.
June 6th.
Okay, you're not black from the waist down either, so stop.
Motherfucking Logan Paul's gonna get his shit fucked up.
Yeah, well,
Slap
at least-
Matt.
at
Matt, I
least
want you to
he's-
slap him with that.
at
Slap
least
him
he's
with
fighting
that. Matt's over here slapping it like he's like, y'all know the porn scene,
So, Steven, fuck you.
No.
Anyways, Logan Paul, Floyd Mayweather, June 6th, Hard Rock Stadium.
Wait, what?
Breaking news.
Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather, Logan Paul, June 6th.
Logan Paul's gonna get his ass whooped.
All right. Actually,
No
hold
shit.
on. We got somebody that needs to say hi. We have old Russ that's standing here stalking us, being the creeper that he is. Russ, come in here and say hi to everybody. No, Russ, get on the goddamn mic. Say hi, Russ.
What's up, y'all?
All right. So, yeah, that's Russ, one of our others that usually podcasts with us, and he should be getting up his podcast soon. So, anyway, it looks like we're about out of time. Real quick, going around the table, some final thoughts. Clat, start with you.
Be safe out there. And Dogecoin to the moon.
All right, go ahead, old man. Your turn.
Honestly, we talked about so much shit tonight. I'm kind of lost on what the hell we actually
We
talked
got off on
about.
a lot of tangents.
I think it's that shot. We got drunk off that shot, which was.
I will tell you.
I think you should pour Russ a shot. Let Russ try it. And
Tell us what Russ try the shot.
This shit is gross.
It's the watermelon.
Well, this
Jolly,
one's been sitting in some water.
It's
so
watermelon Jollyrancher, but I gotta admit, because I'll say we usually go out after we do the podcast to drink, like to just talk about the podcast and stuff. If we're going out, I'm sticking to
sober up.
I'm sticking to beer. I'm taking it easy. Like I'm just gonna relax.
Hold on, Russ. What do you think? Hold on. We got a public service announcement for Russ. Russ, what do you think of the shot?
What do you think about the shot?
Yeah, the sweet tooth. What do you think?
Strawberry. I'm in a watermelon Jollyrancher.
A man, a few words.
All right, that take about 5 more. You'll feel how we're feeling.
All right, old man. Finish up on your tangent because we got to close this up. So go ahead. What were we saying? That you're gonna drink beer?
I don't have a tangent. I'm just saying I'm not drinking no more fucking shots.
Okay, Matt. What do you? Some final words from you?
Fuck it.
All right, John. What about you?
I don't have much. I want to tell a quick joke though.
Go ahead.
All right. How much?
You looking down your waist? Or...
wait. How racist is this joke?
Not at all.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Then you can't even tell it.
How much does a chimney cost?
$500.
Incorrect. How much does a chimney cost? Like a
How
chimney on a
much?
house.
Tell a punchline already.
Nothing. It's on the house.
Okay, that deserves a slap right there.
Okay, the podcast right now.
That's a straight fucking dad joke.
Right? I know, and he has that dad bod, and not even the hot one. So.
I love it.
All right, so anyway, again, like I said, I'm Steven, the host with the most. As always, we close it off. Jerry Springer said it best. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Just remember, in this crazy world, you got to laugh. Drink some shots. And to our special guests here, Matt and John, thank you for being here. Hopefully you guys come back out again. Again, I'm Steven. We have Sam on sound, Clat, and old man here. And, of course, a hot seat. And then shout out to Russ for joining us last second. But remember, just be good. And if there's something you want to talk about, let us know. And subscribe.
Oh, yeah. Email us at 3shotstruth@gmail.com.
And if you don't like what the hell we're saying and you want to talk shit, that's cool. Just remember, we're going to call you out and have you bring some beer and cigarettes and come say this shit to our face. So drink up and be safe. Don't drink and drive. Peace, love, flowers, glitter, confetti, all that good bullshit. And we're out.